Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we're going to be building a restaurant in The Sims 4. Thanks to Carl's new Dine Out Reloaded mod, which I did a video on just up on the screen. Dine Out game pack is so much fun and it works a lot better now. So make sure to go support Carl and that mod. But what I want to do is build a new restaurant, one that looks pretty run down, just starting out, because I got some good plans for this. Myself and Dr. Gluon are going to do a Sims 4 multiplayer live stream series playing in this restaurant, trying to be our own chefs, waiters, and hosts, because with the mod you can do that, and combined with the Sims 4 multiplayer mod, which I'll also link down below. We've done a few videos on that in the past and a few streams. Basically, we can play together in the Sims 4. We can have our own Sims and do our own interactions. So the idea is one of us will be the chef making the food, the other one will be serving the food, cleaning up the plates, and we're going to be trying to make money doing that. Also, Carl is adding in a feature where you can grow your own food. So you have to grow your own produce, fish, get some fish from, the water and all that, and actually have those served through the restaurant. So that's also a fun challenge that we're hoping to explore in that Let's Play. So stay tuned. I'll do a community tab post about where that's going to be, when that's going to be happening, probably in the next week or so from when this video is out. So stay tuned for that. But for today's video, we're going to be building a food truck. Because we thought that'd be a good place to start. So I was playing around with a few different ideas here at the beginning. I was trying to use the invisible foundation so that I could have the room of the food truck on a foundation raised up without it being on the second floor of a house. It turns out trying to use invisible foundation is a little bit picky, as you can probably see. So I was playing around. This is actually on the second level of a house now, so it's actually floating above the ground. So that means if we go to ground level, we won't see the restaurant, which is also not ideal, and I don't really like that idea. And at this point, I was also trying to use this trailer, so there's wheels underneath to make it look more like a food truck. But also at the same time, it gets a little bit unnecessary to do all that stuff. I ended up not using that trailer because it meant the whole room had to be quite high up off the ground. It meant we had to be on the second level of a house. It kind of just got a little bit much, and I think it was just going to be more annoying in gameplay than anything. But in the meantime, as you can see here, I'm placing down these parking blocks. And because essentially this is supposed to be a parking lot that we've pulled up in with our food truck, we're trying to sell to people. It's also a run-down parking lot. There's a lot of trash, a lot of garbage. It's not supposed to be nice. Although it's in a very nice location, to be fair. We're here in San Myshuno in the Spice District, which is also kind of fun because we'll have like the Spice Festival where there'll be a bunch of other food stalls. So we're kind of competing to see who can sell their food the best. We're trying to compete with all the other food stalls, be number one. That's kind of the idea as well. And obviously, as we get more money, we'll be able to upgrade and buy new things for our restaurant. Probably, buy out the lot, renovate the whole lot, make it more of our own, something a little bit more special. And just trying to fill it with as much junk as possible. There's so much buy-to-bug stuff. Because the other thing is, this is kind of going to be like a rags to riches Dine Out Let's Play with Dr. Gluon. I'm also planning on doing our own Let's Play here on the channel, because this will be something a little bit different. This won't be a series on the channel. Just a little bit something extra I wanted to do on the side, because it should be a lot of fun. But I think on the channel, I would like to do some sort of Dine Out Let's Play, either with the kids in the current high school years series. We've got Addison and Brianne. They could end up having a restaurant, or maybe their kids as well. I think it'll definitely be coming up. But yeah, this is going to be exclusively a separate thing. And again, I'll let you know where it is and when we're doing it soon. But yeah, so I was trying to figure out, at this point, I decided to just put the food truck on foundation. It was just a lot easier. So you can see I've put it on like this sort of stilted foundation. And I'm trying to find some nice signs that we can cover the whole side of this in. I did try a few different colors of the actual truck, because obviously this is just white. But with the front of the truck that we have there, the options I think were red, black, and blue. No, it wasn't blue. I think it was something worse. The colors of the front of the truck weren't very good. Red was the best one for the front. So I thought, let's just keep the back white and we can cover it in signs and all that. And I think that'll work pretty well for us. And yeah, then we just use the roof, do a little bit of a curve so it feels a little bit more organic in shape. That doesn't make any sense. But just make it look more like a trailer. as best as I could. Obviously, the scale of it is way out. It's definitely too big, but we've got to work within the confines we've got here. Now, one of the cool things about the Dine Out mod that Carl's made is customers can actually go up and grab the orders themselves from this chef station. So once it's prepared, they can walk up, grab the food, go sit at their own table. So we don't need to do that. What we do need to do though is take the orders. So we'll go out, take the orders, and then we can serve the food up onto the chef station. They grab it themselves. And it's actually pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for this to all come together, especially because the way we're going to do this, we're going to be starting off with not very much money. This whole lot, I think, in total is about 30,000. So obviously we have to start with that. But we'll set our money probably to like 1 simoleon, something like that. So we have to earn our money specifically through food and cooking. And it should be a lot of fun. So around here, I'm just trying to make it look like we've got a nice little setup. I'm trying to find good signs. Again, I want the whole like side of the truck covered in signs. We've got the menu boards down the bottom there. I don't know, there's like some crab there with a couple of bottles of juice. I don't know what we're serving here, but it looks good. I also thought these barrels are quite nice. Seems like something I could set up. You know, it's kind of like a semi-permanent food truck. We've just sort of posted up here. No one's told us to leave, so we're gonna set up here. We've also got this sort of sauce and ketchup tray from Outdoor Retreat, which I thought was kind of perfect for this. And then our little kitchen area here, you can see that van sort of comes in there, just covered up with a platform, so you don't actually ever see the other half of the van. And then we can use that platform for like storage is kind of what I set it up as. I think I put a few crates up there or something. Yeah, the actual interior of the kitchen is pretty small. And of course, we've got some dumpsters out the back. Now, this is going to be like a rags to riches kind of thing, which means we're going to need to sleep somewhere, and you can nap in dumpsters. That's all I'm saying. We're not the most hygienic restaurant. That's not the plan. We're just trying to get the food out to the customers, trying to make a quick buck and hoping that we're doing okay. I think it's gonna be so much fun. It's going to be absolutely wacky and bizarre, but it should be great fun. And this little parking lot, I think it totally fits the area. I mean, to be fair, the Spice District is a little bit more upmarket than this parking lot, but maybe this is the last lot in this area to be renovated and done up. Now, also, we needed a bathroom. So I thought I could just place one of these pre-made bathrooms, but I thought it might be nice to like recreate that bathroom, but make it worse. So I'm using like the corrugated metal sheeting, and I'm using like the werewolf's roof with all the holes in it as well. So like the roof is kind of collapsing. Inside we do the get to work like jail cell toilets, and we do like the puddle splodges from Strangerville, which you'll see in just a second. We're trying to make it look dirty. You know, we got to start somewhere. We got to be able to upgrade it. That's the plan, you know. So we have this little toilet block, which is just dismal. It is not nice, but at least we've got a toilet, which is good. More than you can say about some beginnings of rags to riches. The sinks are quite nice, to be fair, but I thought they suited the area. Yeah, so I think concrete flooring, a few little cracks. There's a sort of spills that we have on the floor. I think I also do the newspaper that has like the pet pee on it as well. Just some newspapers on the floor. It's all good. It's going to look nice in there. Some Batu vents as well. Very nice. Some piping. It's all looking pretty good there. And then I think from this point forward, it's pretty much we're decorating the rest of the lot here, making sure we got a lot of debug things. There's a lot of scrolling through the menu trying to find stuff to place and the things I wanted exactly. I love these lights as well, these string lights. These are debug versions, so they're free. I was trying to keep the value of the lot reasonable. Obviously, it does end up at 30,000 from like the bathroom and all the kitchen stuff. So, you know, there's a bit of money spent, but I was trying to keep the cost down. So some of the debug stuff, I guess I didn't need to do, but having those lights for free does help. I love those fencing set up there as well, because I'm going to set up like a little table area near the back of the lot here, because we've got like a little deck up to the food truck, and then I'm going to have tables down the bottom there. Maybe they've just sort of cordoned off a little section of the parking lot to have the tables. Now I'm also using this concrete terrain paint instead of the floor tiles, because it meant I could actually paint underneath the foundation of where that truck was, because before I couldn't. Also means we can use other terrain paints to break it up a little bit so it's not a solid, clean bit of concrete. We need to make it look a little bit more worn out, a little bit dirtier, a little bit grosser, and that's what that terrain allows us to do, especially around the toilets there. And we can get some of those cracked little things from werewolves as well. Those floor cracks, really good. Now this parking lot doesn't make the most sense. It's definitely not a good use of space, but obviously it's been repurposed into a food truck haven. But yeah, it'd be a little bit awkward trying to get your cars out of this place, I think. But maybe that's the point. Maybe we're just trying to get more people in here to eat. Yeah, so I guess like the main driveway entrance is there on the right. Then I've left a section open there you can walk through. Because these fences, while they are debug items and not an actual fence, your Sims can't walk through them, which is handy. So it does act as a real fence. I think most of the stuff I've placed, the Sims won't just like walk through. They do have like hitboxes and stuff, so the Sims do sort of walk around everything, which is good. Because it's not that nice when a sim just like walks through a giant rock or something. It looks a little silly. So I think the way this is set up should work pretty well. And also those tables there are like really perfect for this. I was really happy with that little setup. And then we're just doing some outdoor lighting around the place because it's a little dark in the parking lot. You know, we don't want it completely pitch dark. We want a few lights around the place. I like it to be a little bit dingy, maybe a little bit scary, but not fully. And then actually the actual kitchen, which we haven't done yet, of the whole point of it is the restaurant and the kitchen. We've got the waiter station just there, and then annoyingly, we do have to have a host station still, which looks a little silly here at a food truck. And the thing is, it kind of needs to be outside because the guests will walk up and wait near it. I would hide it inside, but then they'd all walk inside the back of the truck, which is kind of a little bit awkward. So it's just kind of sitting out there. I don't know if I'll come up with a better solution for that, but for now it's just there. Around the lot here, I thought the front of it would look nice because maybe this is like what the city has done, and then the parking lot's a little bit run down. So we have some nice trees out the front there, and then everything else is a little bit run down. But let's go ahead. We'll jump into the game. I want to show you how all of this works through gameplay and all that, because it does work. It's very surprising. And we'll give a little tour of the lot. You know, it's a small lot, small build, but I think it's all come together really, really well. All right, so here we are in the game, and I'll give you a better zoom out so you can actually see where we are physically. So this is where the spice markets are, and we've got a few of the apartment blocks up over here. And then this is where our little parking lot is with our food truck, which I think looks really nice in the end. I'm actually really happy how it turned out. You know, we've got all the little signs along the front there, and we've got a couple of barrels around there. It definitely I feel like the vibe is there. Obviously, again, the scale is kind of wacky. It's pretty big, but anyway. Around the front of this truck, I actually put this as a light because I thought it actually looked kind of cool because it means when you go to nighttime, like this, it actually turns on and it just provides a little bit of light. I don't know, it's a little bit of fun. Just the light I place over the front of it also makes it look a little bit different. And yeah, that's the setup. So this here, this is the door to the back of the truck. That's how we get in. It works. It looks kind of silly because I think it cuts into that, but it totally works. And then the little kitchen area is just in here, and this is all functional. We'll actually have a look in just a second how the gameplay works. We don't really need any of that stuff. We only need the chef station. I believe when we start using produce, I think we do need a fridge. I haven't looked fully into all that stuff yet, but at the moment we do not need any of that stuff, which is cool. And then around here is where we've got 2 tables to start off with. We'll have to buy more as part of the challenge. They sit there, and if we go to nighttime as well, these lights really nicely illuminate. They don't actually really produce much light. They do a little bit, as you can see, but I added this one in just so we have a bit more, so it's a bit easier to see while we're playing and also while you're watching. And then, yeah, this is the front of the lot with the nice trees. We can walk through this way. Got a little parking lot, plenty of space. And of course, the dingy toilets with cracked floor, grimy stuff. We've also put our cleaning broom in there. Seems like a good place to put it. And the newspaper just there as well. So if we jump into live mode here, I'm going to go ahead and say open the restaurant. And I'm going to say I can cook orders as a chef. So I'm going to head up here. I'm going to get my Dr. Gluon sim to come over here. Also, we have really nice, neat clothes too, by the way. If you haven't noticed, we're very clean here at the food truck. Oh, yes, I also forgot to mention. So they're starting off with, normally they start off with 3 stars, but because I believe I put on some lot challenges. I don't know, I can't remember if it's grody or filthy. One of these causes them to come with 1 star by default, which I think is also really fun for the challenge. To build up our rating, we have to work extra hard. Oh, I shouldn't have gone into buy mode. When you go to buy mode, it closes the restaurant. My bad. But anyway, yeah, that was kind of an important note there too. Whoa, Gluon almost fell over. All right, so the other cool thing is the guests, there is a setting in the mod where they can seat themselves. So we don't have to worry about seating them. Really, as the waiter, what we have to do is take the order Ah, reviewer. We have to take the order and clean up the plate. So it's not too hard, but obviously once the restaurant grows and there's more and more people, it's gonna be a lot. So I'm gonna take both of these orders. I'm gonna get myself to cook orders as chef, just so you can see how all this works. As you can see, I've jumped into action. I'm chopping up the food. And once that's ready to go, he's gonna place it up there. And then these guys are gonna walk over and get their own food, which is pretty cool. And I'm gonna get Dr. Glue on maybe to go welcome these other customers waiting just to make them feel better. All right, so the plate is now up. So someone from this table, yep, should go up and go grab that for us. I'm also gonna greet the reviewer, the critic, because we want a good rating here. There you go, see, they like that. I'll go welcome these guys too. Look at this, look at this meal. They got some great stuff. Quality normal, not too shabby. Oh, the critic's food is ready. Hopefully I've done a good job. But yeah, I think I'll leave this video here because this is more a build video and a little tour of how it's going to work. Again, stay tuned. I'll let you know when we're going to be playing this. I'll do a post on the YouTube community tab here on the channel so you can check it out there and find it. And I'm sure I'll mention it in the future as well. But yeah, this is the food truck. It's functional. It's going to be fun. Look forward to it. And also look forward to another Dine Out inspired Let's Play that we'll be doing at some point in the near future too. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time and have an awesome day.